up, everybody? Welcome to the jON I OFF Gamescast. I'm one of your hosts, John Perez, alongside today. Now, this is funny because when I had my old podcast with all my other friends, I'd give everyone nicknames, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I could not even know you. I would still give you a nickname. But since I know you a little bit better, today I have making his second time on this podcast.
Yeah.
The 12th man himself, Max Bennett. Yes. Yeah. What's up, Max?
I'll take it. Hey.
All right, so you were telling me you went to Best Buy, you bought a second monitor.
Yeah.
And so it's the same size. All your bobbleheads fell off. It was on top. Were they on top of the monitor? I was like in and out of testing everything.
Yeah, they were on a shelf, and the shelf
top, right on top of the monitor.
No, luckily it was just to the side. It was just, but they all broke. Luckily, we had super glue in the house already, though. So.
And then you were telling me you went to Best Buy to try to figure what out?
Well, so I got a monitor for free, but I needed to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't make it to work. I was trying to find some cables and stuff. And
so you got the monitor for free because it was like kind of messed up, or it wasn't working as well?
So it was going to save $100 or whatever.
Same screen size too?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, look, I just needed to get like a power cable.
Where'd you get your monitor from?
Just Best Buy. Yeah, it's just a Samsung. It's just whatever they had.
Ooh, 4K? No.
No, I was looking at it.
Yeah.
But
How big is your monitor?
It's 23.
Okay. Man, because I probably should have got the 23 when I started off because I wanted to get dual.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, well, for now, let me just get 27 AOC, and which is the one right behind you. But when I got it, the original price was like $300 for 27. Yeah. Because it's a nice monitor. I like it. It's a very nice monitor. Mm-hmm. But I got it for $160.
That's not
on
bad.
sale at Best Buy.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So right now it's back up at $300. It's always on sale, but right now it's back up to its regular price.
Yeah.
And so I'm waiting for it to go back down before I hit it up again. But
yeah,
227s are actually like gigantic.
I don't even have the space for it. But
I don't.
One of these days, yeah, I'll get my. Our IT guy at work was talking about getting a curved monitor for our president, and I was like,
whoa. They have curved. Oh yeah, they do have.
Yeah, it's like a super. It's like a 20.
What about ultra wide monitor? What do you think
that's
of those
what.
things?
Yeah, it's like a 21
ultra
by
wide
9.
curve.
Yeah, so it kind of like wraps around you and stuff.
It's like you gotta look to your right to actual.
Yeah.
What's it called? I used to have for my first monitor is a Samsung, but it was it was an LCD monitor.
Oh.
But it was like that was like 4 years ago now. Yeah. But I knew I was gonna get a new computer and new monitor, so I just like sold it on Craigslist for like $50. I was like, but how you been, man?
Good.
Dude, what's awesome is that you guys at Black Arrow Productions have been doing lots of work recently.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Tell me about some of the stuff you guys been doing recently.
Yeah, so once I got back, we kind of ramped everything back up.
Yeah, dude,
again,
that was out of nowhere. Like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we finally got our live streams going, which we've been.
Was that always in the books, or like was that just kind of like, hey, do you guys want to try a live stream? And then you guys just like liked it a lot.
We've talked about it a lot, and I think what's awesome is live streams. I don't want to say like easier, but it's there's like less because you don't have to record everything, edit everything, and then post it. Like you can just kind of do it, and then it just goes up there. Yeah. And so we started live streaming. We've been talking about it, and so we've done I think 3 this week. Yeah. 2 Division and 1 Gears of War. So
sick. Yeah. How's Gears of War? I didn't get a chance to listen to your newest podcast, but it was funny this morning when it came on, and in the morning it like posted for me. Yeah. I saw your topics list, and I was like, this is really funny. Like, this is almost the same topics that I'm going to ask next time. Well, on our other on the other show that I wanted to do with you, but we probably don't have time. I want to talk a little bit of Game of Thrones, which is kind of funny. So we can kind of talk a little bit of Game of Thrones before we start gaming. But anyway, definitely. I was like, oh, we have the same like topics. It's so funny. But
yeah, it was kind of like a low, kind of just pre-E3. I think everyone's kind of keeping the gaming news a little. So we're kind of branching out outside of video games a little bit. So
what Oh, can you do me a favor? Make sure the gain is all the way down to the. It should be to your. No, right. All the way to your right. Well, yeah. This is so funny. All right, good.
How's this sound?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Hopefully it works. If it's bad audio, oh well.
I'll stand
it should be
close.
to your right though, all the way to your right. So, yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I don't. It was so funny. Like you started Twitch streaming, and then you guys started audio podcast, which is really awesome. Going from like playing video games and just talking which is essentially what you guys did, to now more of a full-fledged, hey, we're on iTunes. Tell me a little bit about how that came about.
It came out of laziness.
Okay.
It was just taking too long.
Was your idea or some of your friends' ideas?
We just kind of discussed it. It was came up. It was just taking too long to edit the videos, and so what we decided to do was just sort of just go straight with just audio podcasts. And so I was like thinking, it's super easy to get on iTunes. It's just not easy. At all.
Okay. It was. I mean, because I've done it so many times. It's easy looking back on it. But I remember the first time you have to have an RSS feed through a third-party website. Then you got to apply for it. Then you got to wait for the email to come back. And it's like, okay, I was like, now.
Okay. I'm like, we'll have it up this afternoon. And it was like 3 days later, we find they're like, we're up on this. So.
I don't know if you know, but Apple is starting to have more control of their podcasts. So now that you I think within the next year or so, you can actually upload episodes straight to iTunes rather than your third-party website and just control everything from iTunes, which is really cool. So
so we went with SoundCloud for our third party.
I decided to delete my website because I feel like I didn't need it as much because I have YouTube and Patreon and
you can do your
Twitter.
Facebook page for 90% of what you're doing.
And I was paying $20 a month for my for the not the domain but the subscription to have it. And I was like, I can use this money towards SoundCloud. Because I think you have to have. When we were using SoundCloud, you have to have it's $7.99 a month or something like that.
Yeah, it's really affordable.
So, anyway, but you guys are on iTunes. Where can we find you?
If you just search on iTunes for Black Arrow Podcast, you'll see our logo. It should be the first one. Got 4 episodes up there now. So
sick. So, did you guys start from episode 1, or you guys kept going from your last?
I just started the later episodes. I think.
So, what episodes are you guys up to now? What
number 6 posted today? So we have 3. So it's 4, 5, and 6 are up on iTunes. So it's exciting.
That's good.
Fun to see it up there.
Anything? I gotta say, I'm a little bit jealous of your graphics. They're so nice, man. They're so official.
Homemade.
Dude. I wish.
Yeah, we'll throw some ideas around. We'll get you something.
Cool. Well, if you didn't know, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, nerds and nerdettes, welcome to the jON or Off Gamescast, where myself and guests bring random topics of everyday life, including, nope, that's the wrong one, where we talk about video games, and only video games, maybe some other stuff. Every show will have topics that will give it a rating, good or bad. We like it or we don't. We approve or disapprove. You get the idea. If we give it a good rating, or if we give it a bad rating, we'll say it's off, or it's totally off. But if we give a good rating, we'll say it's jON, or better yet, it's jON. I don't know. Cheesy, yes, but it puts a twist on things, and we like it that way. If you enjoy this show or any shows on jON or Off, please follow, like, and subscribe at youtube.com/jON or Off to get the video version, and at jON or Off on iTunes for the audio version. And, of course, please check out patreon.com/jON or Off to throw some bucks my way so I can continue to bring you the best damn content on the internet, but not able or can't throw bucks our way. Don't worry, everything at jON or Off is free. Again, go to youtube.com/jON or Off and make sure you follow jON or Off on Twitter. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you for your support. Now let's make something epic. All right, so it's so funny because I just redid. I keep tweaking the intro, and so I accidentally copied and pasted from the other show, and I was like, everyday life for random topics? No. This is just straight gaming. All right, so again, there might be some repeating topics from your podcast. But anyway, but last time you were on my podcast, thank you so much for being back, by the way. Seriously, it's so hard to get guests. And everyone who I want is just either busy or can't do it till later. Yeah. So I'm like, every week is so hard. I wish I had my own team. You know what I mean? You guys do. If I had my own team, I'd be so happy. But I'm gonna have to figure something out.
Its own challenges.
I know it does. But I would really like a team. Wish list. I might have to pay them in Chipotle dinners or something. But
there you go.
But when I was looking at your, I had the topics ready for you because I knew you were coming earlier this week, and I had them ready. But again, last time you were on, we talked all about
The Division, wasn't it?
Well, no, topic number 1, we talked all about Black Arrow Productions.
Yeah.
And who you guys are and what you guys want to do and your community over there. But we never talked about this is the topic number 1 for this week. We never talked about who is Max Bennett.
Oh God.
And where did you come from and how did you get into gaming? Really I love to hear people and their backgrounds and where they kind of grew up and where they came from, but also because this is a gaming podcast, how did you get into gaming? like what were some of your favorite gaming moments growing up, and how did it affect you, I guess, going into what you're doing now?
Yeah.
In terms of like Black Arrow Productions and gaming and
Yeah, definitely.
2016.
Yeah.
So who is Max Bennett?
So if you might have guessed from your nickname, I'm from Seattle, big
Yeah.
Seahawks fan, so very apt. Man, when did I start gaming? It was with the N64.
Well, you're from Seattle, so let's start back.
Yeah.
You're from Seattle. You're born there?
Yeah. Yep.
Born there. Like, where did you live? Did you live in the city, or did you guys live kind of in like?
Lived a little bit north of it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just for people who live in Washington, I tell them where it's at because they know.
My family's from Tacoma, I believe, or is that what?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Some of my family's from Tacoma.
Yeah, so that's south of Seattle. I was north of Seattle, so it's kind of
very cool. So
that's awesome.
Growing up in the Bennett household, what was that like?
Oh, it was good.
Brothers and sisters?
I got one younger sister. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. You know, it's nothing.
Sure.
We had our the two kids, the one dog. Like,
Sure.
It's just that like stereotypical kind of
picket white fence.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Very cool.
So.
And so, like growing up, like, what was, I guess, other than like your family side, like high school and going into college, like how did you even get to the East Coast? Like,
yeah, definitely.
If you want to skip to that, I don't know.
No, yeah. So I have on my mom's side, like.
Were you in Seattle like for your whole life, or?
Till I was 16.
Okay, and
then
I
moved right after my 16th birthday.
Okay.
And we actually went to Delaware, which is we have a bunch of family there too.
Sure.
And so, went there 2 years high school there, and then applied for school in Arlington, and that's where I ended up going for all 4 years, and then just kind of stayed in the area.
Yeah. And so how did you end up like getting into gaming and stuff like that? And or what were some of your first memories or
first
whatever?
console was an N64, and I remember because Santa had already plugged it in just to make sure it worked on the TV.
Sure.
I had a Pilot Wing 64.
Nice.
That was. I remember playing that.
You got for Christmas, and then
I did. Yeah, it was me and a couple of my other buddies. We all got it. And they got Mario 64, and like I got Pilot Wings. And, like, I remember. So it was listening to one of the Van Halen CDs. I remember that.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, I was playing that. Then GoldenEye. That was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you had to have it. Like, I remember we rented it one time, and like, I'm a kid, I'm young, and I didn't understand how to get out of like the first part of the level. Mm-hmm. And then after that, getting in, like, I'm like, oh, that's how you open a door.
Yeah. Or like this is how you play like first-person shooter. You know.
Oh,
it's
totally,
so awkward. But
because you had to use the C buttons.
Yeah.
To like
I remember getting I didn't have N64, but my cousins did, and they would always bring it over. And my older cousins would be like really good at it, and so like we had to learn quick how to play it. And like it's just so weird. You had to use the analog stick and the C pad or whatever.
Yep.
So
yeah, and we'd always do deathmatch rockets on Archive. I think
really?
It was. Which,
we'd always do License to Kill. So one shot you're dead.
Oh.
And so I just remember doing that.
Anyone get cheap and play Odd Job? Or
I don't remember. Yeah, but I know you're talking about.
Because he was always below.
You'd have to like aim down just to So funny.
But so that's where I started. I kind of so I started out a Nintendo fanboy until the GameCube Xbox, and that's when I shifted over to Xbox with Halo. Actually. So
the first Halo.
Yeah. So it kind of came out in 2001 or something. I think I got it for my birthday that following.
Nice. Yeah, because I think N64 was at 1999 or earlier than that.
96, I think it was.
Okay.
For some reason, that's the date. Yeah. 96, 97, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
A long time ago.
So you get Halo, and you're like, this is what it's all about, I'm sure.
Yeah, that, and then I remember the next kind of like big milestone was Xbox Live for the first time.
On the original Xbox.
Yeah, it was Rainbow Six. It was Rainbow Six 3.
Yeah.
And I remember we got it. I rented it, got it, and like read about this thing and like going on and like hearing people talking, and I'm like, wow, I'm playing with other people, and I was like, what?
So crazy.
And I haven't looked back since. I just looked yesterday. I've been a member for 12 years now, so it's kind of
same gamer tag, or
I've changed
I don't think
it over
it
the
works
years,
like
but
that.
like same account, yeah.
Sick.
So I missed the they sent out like commemorative Xboxes for people who were like original joiners. I missed it by 1 year. Yeah, I was like,
just like the original Xboxes.
No, it was Xbox Ones, and it was like a special edition. It said like they were like a founding Xbox Live member.
Oh, that's so cool.
Missed it by a year.
Ah, man. So the year after, I guess you must have joined when it first launched.
Yeah, it came out like whenever
Xbox Live came out.
Whenever Rainbow Six 3 came out, like when that was...
That was the first? Was that the first?
I don't know if it was the first, but it was one of the... And
the only one I remember is Halo 2. Like...
That was the big one. So that brought... They called it... So that was like 3.0, I think it was. Okay. Or like Tsunami. And that like brought a ton of features. That's like when they brought parties and like this weird thing called matchmaking. Yeah. And like... That was... Yeah, and
they really... Bungie really revolutionized... online gaming, if you think about it, like
some of the stuff that they came up with is now just basic
standard. So crazy. So you get an Xbox, playing Halo, playing everything on Xbox. At that point, would you call yourself like a hardcore gamer at that point?
We did pretty regular
LAN parties.
Yes.
What was your favorite memory from a LAN party? Like, do you have any?
Oh man. None too. I always remember I was on the team, like, because you could do 8 on 8 and you're hooking it all up, but we would have to actually imbalance the teams to make it fair, and I was always on the 4-person team against the 10 other or 12 other people. So not to brag, but
sure, no, definitely not. I just remember we went to my cousin's house. We all brought our Xboxes. We LAN partied because I was like the first person to buy like that little box. I had a little box. Everyone hooked up their Ethernet cords into it.
Get a little router thing.
Yep, it's almost like a router, right? And then I just remember like all the teams being in separate rooms. Like we were all in separate rooms.
Yep.
And I would have to yell like, "Take that!" You know what I mean? And it was such a that's what it's really all about.
I haven't done a LAN since freshman year of college, and that was when we were lucky because the building basically became its own LAN connection, and so we were able to we organized it between multiple levels.
So at that point, did you have 360 already, or?
Yeah, so that was 360, and it was a Halo 3 LAN party.
Nice.
And we were going at it, and so everyone had their gamer tags or whatever. And so I remember back with the original one, it'd be people do the president at the time, they'd be George Bush would be the name, so it'd be X, Y, and or they do funny things and stuff. And we all had our gamer tags, and so after a match, we hear these pounding down the footsteps, and then they're calling out who's this? Who's they're trying to figure out who they're playing against, and it was
So then after what's after I guess did you go from 360 to Xbox One, I'm guessing? Or when did PC come? By the way, when did PC come into your life? Because we haven't talked about that yet, because you're a huge PC gamer now.
Yeah, so it actually, really serious, not too many years ago, about 4 years ago.
Still in college, or no?
Well, actually a little bit in college, but I just never had a system that could run good games. I was, had a laptop in college, and in high school.
Have you always had an, I guess I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but have you always kind of was drawn to PC gaming, but you just didn't have the resources yet? Or, in high school or in college or something? Or?
Yeah, because a middle school friend, his dad was actually a big, he was a big kind of computer guy.
Okay.
And so I remember they had 3 or 4 computers, and they were one of the first to get broadband internet and all that kind of stuff. And,
dial-up, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember dial-up?
Oh yeah.
My gosh.
The sound is permanently etched in my
it's
head.
so funny, thinking about dial-up, that feels 100 years ago.
Oh yeah, the whole idea of picking up the phone and cutting the connection, and it's just. So I remember playing Age of Empires 2 or whatever, and
nice.
All the cheat codes and stuff
that.
Sure. So PC gaming serious about 4 years ago, and that's when I built my own.
Your first PC.
Which is actually most of it's sitting right there.
Oh, that's so funny.
But I'd always kind of played. It was just that was the first time I got
really into
bleeding
it.
edge technology. Yeah. So,
nice.
Cool. But so it's been a part of my life since as long as I can remember. And then in terms of making the videos, we actually
tell me about that awesome story you told me about last. Or I guess if they want to refresh.
It started in with Halo 2. We'd made Machinima because that was back when Red vs Blue was really big, and
I'm gonna actually, looking at the camera, I'm gonna push this back and you're gonna scoot forward. There you go.
There we go.
So you're more into the camera. All right. So Machinima.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
You're good. You're good.
So we started doing Machinima trying to emulate, what they were doing at Rooster Teeth, and there were so many
Rooster
people
Teeth.
doing it, and like that was when like the montages started getting big and all that kind of stuff, and so we tried to do it. We're just horrible. We'd be like, I think I said like we made like some like cheesy Bourne movie knockoff script or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just we're kids. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
So and I think when we were talking about it, like in the last few years, technology's finally caught up to like what you want to do, and so like with stuff like shadow play on PC and like streaming on both the consoles, like now it's so easy to just put your content out there. So
exactly, yeah. So Black Arrow Productions, like I know you told the origin story. It was you met them online in what game again?
That was Halo 2, I think would have been.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the original Xbox?
Yeah, so it was 2004. So I've known, theoretically, I've known them for 12 years now.
And then you guys were just like, one day you woke up and you guys, hey man, like this is fun. We're talking a lot. Why don't we record ourselves? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean that's really how it turned out. And then we had our just horrible capture cards and stuff like that. It never worked. And then finally, I think in the last year or two, that was when we kind of started doing it.
Nice.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And now you're Black Arrow Productions.
Yep.
Founder. One of the co-founders, I guess, right?
Yeah, there's 4 of us, and John and I have been doing a lot, but Mark's been traveling, so kind of. But that's been the core group of us. There's been a few other guys who've kind of come and gone, but it's just family and stuff. It just gets so hard after.
Oh yeah, no. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So what do you do again in your day job, I guess?
So in day job, I'm a project manager.
Was that your first job coming out of college, or?
Basically, I kind of did. My wife was doing some overseas missionary work for a little bit, and so I was just kind of working some odd jobs until she was back, just kind of putting money aside for what would eventually be a ring.
Yeah.
And so just doing that, and then when we moved in, and then.
How did you and your wife meet?
Yeah, so that was freshman year of college. That
nice.
And
you were like, oh, yep, she's the one.
Yeah, it was funny because she.
I really don't know the story, by the way.
The first time I saw her was actually on the school shuttle.
Okay.
I saw her and a friend of hers get on. And they were wearing Washington jerseys, and I was just kind of like.
That's so funny.
I was like, what is this and stuff, and then we ended up having classes together. So the funny thing is, we actually went on a date freshman year.
You asked her out?
It kind of like happened. It was like whoever got the higher score took the other one out to dinner or whatever. It's just kind of whatever you can do.
Exactly.
And after that, she would not go on another date with me.
Really?
So
What did you do the first? Like, what did you guys do for the first?
We just went out to dinner, and it seemed to go well.
Okay.
And, it was just she just was like, nah, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Forget you. Little do you know, you're gonna be my wife, so it's okay.
And so I think. So we stayed friends after that because we were in the same major, so we had classes. And then senior year, we were both interning. And
at the same place?
Not at the same place, but at the same time near. And so we actually just started meeting up for like dinner, but like totally like, hey, let's just meet up. Like, we're, just 2 friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And I had asked her for advice about another girl who I was had been talking to. And apparently like made her super jealous. And then I think it was New Year's Eve. We were like, hey, like let's hang out or whatever.
Yeah.
And went to go see a movie, came back, and at the time I was still living in Delaware and she's in Virginia. And so I drove all the way out here for the day, and we were leaving, and like there's this like kind of like awkward moment, like wait, is this something? And I was just like, see ya, and like, and then I get a text as I'm on the Beltway, and she's like, oh, I would have liked a New Year's Eve kiss or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like it. Yes, and so
that's awesome.
We always count our anniversary as New Year's Eve.
That's cool.
We didn't see each other for another 2 weeks.
Sure.
Which was actually the weekend of the Beastquake. I always remember.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know which one I think I remember better, but like.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's awesome, man. Yeah. So you guys got married in 2012?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
That's awesome.
No.
2013. Well. Good thing she's not here right now.
One of those 2, 12 or 13.
Because I just remember like going I think that was the first time I met you officially.
Yeah.
Because Laura had always been friends with my wife.
Yeah. So I'd met Fatima a few times.
I don't even know she was my girlfriend at the time. We went to your wedding, but yeah, she had invited Fatima to your guys' wedding.
Yeah.
And so with plus one. So like, yeah, sure. And then I just remember like meeting you briefly.
Yeah, I was sick as a dog that night too. So.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
you didn't look. You looked awesome. So
I was on so many drugs.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to.
Yeah, I was just like, the night before, I was like, I was just laying in bed. I was like, I'm dying.
Yeah, just gotta make it. Just gotta make it. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's awesome. Max Bennett, everybody. Where can we? What's your Twitter again? At Max Bennett.
At Maxwell Bennett.
Maxwell Bennett.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Topic number 2. Now, this is where we get some not blowback, repeating topics you've heard before. So recently, not Sony. There's been rumors about a PlayStation 4.5.
Yeah.
So-called named Neo.
Yep.
You know, like the Matrix.
With the VR being Morpheus, yeah.
Yeah, and then like I guess then there's been more rumors about Xbox doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. Even though I think recently they've said they said they're kind of like pushing back. Well, at first they were flat out saying no, and then there was rumors that yes, and then they're kind of like no again. But you know, I'll see it when I believe it. I guess topic number 2 is just, should consoles be upgradable? Because I'm on a different side of this. So I didn't get to hear your podcast yet, so I'm sure. I just would like to know, should consoles be upgradable just like kind of PCs are? Where you stand.
I think in the like strict sense of like PCs upgrade, no, because I think that's too complicated for the average user to be like to swap out parts.
Yes.
Now I think what they're doing, I think is what PlayStation is with the Neo. I think that's, if you're gonna do it, I think that's the way to do it. Where it's like I
totally disagree, but yes,
it's pre-built SKUs. Now I don't necessarily know. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm still like, oh, it's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
But I feel like I like the idea of having when you buy the console, that's what it is. Like you don't need to worry about maybe there's accessories and stuff.
Exactly.
But like
why didn't they make them upgradable from the very beginning? You know what I mean? Just like pop off the cover, or like easily upgradable. I mean, we look at like, I'm sorry, I'm getting on my high horse here, but I mean, you look at the N64, right? And the N64 was built. That's what it was. But they did have a peripheral to make it upgraded graphics, a rumble pack, expansion pack, and then but then you look at it, and those games you could not play without an expansion pack, right? Mm-hmm. And the PS4, it's like, why after only 3 years on the market have like another SKU? I mean, in my opinion, because I'm such a Sony fanboy and I love PlayStation, it's like man, they're killing it, you know what I mean? And then for them to like have another SKU of like, this thing is what you know when it comes down to it, it's like the people who adopted your 40 million PS4s are all of a sudden kind of left in the dust.
Yeah.
And even though like it's a luxury item, I guess what's going to be, it's like, but at the same time, it's like, even though all games are going to have like a base mode and a like an upgrade like graphics mode, it's like or 4K or whatever, it's going to be like, so if I want to play the better version of the game, I have to like all of a sudden buy another $399 console.
Yeah.
No, it's like I only 3 years. It's like, why even do that? Like, why don't you just go away? You know what I mean? And just like have these consoles just be what they are, and maybe even 5 years, 2018, just have a PS5 or whatever. You know what I mean? Instead of having this like other, I think it's just I'm just like I got so mad when I was like, now my console's like, even though yes, it is a luxury item, it's still like, if I want to play the better version, I have to buy this another console or whatever. So
no,
I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the far side of the other side of like, I'm not a fan of this, and like, it's gonna cause so much problems, in my opinion, with developers having to develop 2 separate like versions of the game. Like,
and if the Xbox does it, that may be
it's just gonna be, oh my gosh, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm with you. I think it's one of those things where, like, I feel like I'm gonna get it anyways because I always want to play it, but it's like, I don't want to. Like, I feel like I have to.
Exactly. And like, it's almost like, I mean, if I wanted that, that's why I got a PC. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I want to upgrade my system, like, but that's not why I play.
That's why you buy a console. Yeah,
it's ready to go. It's plug and we already have network problems, and games are broken off the bat. Like, so many. I mean, how many stories do you read like every month? This game is broken.
Yeah.
You know, like, it has to have a day. There's a day 1 patch for every single game now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, games aren't what they used to be, and to have this PS4K or PS4.5 or Xbox 1.5 having to have two different like developers having to worry, because if you think about it, developers only have to worry about one SKU, like because pretty much Xbox One and PS4 are the same now. Like, you know, and it's just like,
and I was reminded of the original Xbox because it had the core and like the premium versions, I think. And like it caused a lot of problems because developers couldn't be promised that they would have a hard drive to like store information on or whatever. And so I remember that was like a big thing for the first like 2 years or whatever, until every Xbox moving forward had a hard drive built into it. And I feel like it's gonna be like you said. I mean,
we've seen this before. Like the Xbox 360, like it had you could take out the hard drive, put it in, and then you're good. Like you're good, right? And like, and the NC4 had the expansion pack, and like in my opinion, what they should have done was make these consoles. If they were gonna do this, man, like why didn't you just make the console like easily upgradable like a PC is? You know what I mean? Like pop off the top of it, take out whatever. But again, I'm not like super genius computer person, but like if I wanted that, I'd just get a PC. You know what I mean? Like, well, I mean, I have a PC, but that's not why I play games on consoles. You know what I mean? I play a game on console for it to work for the next 8 to 10 years. And I'm good. And I understand what they want to do. I mean, you know, it is that, you know, they have to make their business decisions, and like, you know, and we live in a time that technology is just so like that. I mean, I think the argument that I don't like when people say is like, oh, look at phones, like, you know, look at phones, like who has a phone more than like 2 years, like usually. And like, I don't like the argument only because we've been doing that for like the last 10 years, you know, ever since the original iPhone came out. And so I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I don't know. Do you think that like it's a luxury item, or do you think it's just not necessary? Because like I think what it's gonna end up becoming is like, you know, it stinks to say, but like I feel like, oh man, if they come at A3 and they're like better with Neo or whatever, and I'm just gonna like flip this table, like oh, I just get so heated because I'm just like, it stinks because I feel like, you know, like, and I feel like I have to buy it, and you know, I have a pretty good paying job, like, you know, for what I do, and you know, but there are people like, you know, especially in the gamer culture of like, they have to scrounge up their money, and they only some people just only buy 2 games a year, and you're gonna ask them like, if you want to play the better version, you have to buy like another new console, like, and at a premium.
I look at things like, I don't know, the marketing, like which version is going to be shown off, you know, like what happens if
I just think this is going to cause so much trouble.
I just think I think it's unnecessary, like, and really at the end of the day it's to get 4K,
exactly,
you know, and it's I don't think it's at that point yet that you would make that move. Like, obviously the next consoles will all have to support it, like, without
I hope so,
But right now it's just, you know, I don't have one, and I'm would consider myself an early adopter.
For sure. I mean,
people are moving there, but I just don't see the need to do it now. Like you said, 5 years, like,
we're not at that place right now. Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how this will work, but I think if it does work, I like the idea. I guess if I were to like be with it, I like the idea. Like, I mean, how much? There's no way they have to sell the old PS4s like at a like.
Oh, they got to cut the price.
They got to cut the price. Like, even at like $200. Like, I don't see how they're gonna, like, because I mean, think about it. Like, there's why don't they just phase it out? You know what I mean? Just phase out the old PS4 SKU and just, this is what. But then you like mess up like, everybody's got. I don't know, man. It stinks.
I just don't like
what did you say on your pod? Like, what were some of the Black Arrow guys saying about PS4.5 or Xbox 1.5 or whatever the hell it's called?
I mean, I think we're all kind of in agreement. It's just sort of the idea of upgrading. Like, we just, you know, we talked about like super modular, like, you know, are you switching out graphics cards and stuff? Like, obviously that's not the direction they're going. But like, even these multiple SKUs, like.
But I mean, the graphics will be better though. You know what I mean? Like,
and it just. I guess the
resolution will be better. The textures, I'm sure, will be better. It's like they put out the stats on. I don't know if you saw that. It was like,
I mean, it's a big increase.
It is a big increase. You know?
I guess I just look at it, at least from my perspective.
Sure.
Who's
especially exactly.
PC and
see, I think that's why I wanted you on the show, because I'm not a PC guy. Like, obviously, I had to ask you for help when I needed to fix my PC. And I've always been a console, like, day one, I've always been a console gamer. I've never liked PC. Like, I only got a PC recently because I feel like I should play PC games because I'm in this industry. And also I want to use it to record this show. But, but like, I guess, taking off your console hat and putting on your PC hat, how does when you see upgradable consoles or whatever, how does that make you feel, like, as a PC person?
I mean, I look at it because PC for me is, if assuming everything's equal, I'll go with PC if it's just about the graphics.
Yeah.
You know, and
just make sure. Is it recording? It says yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, I got scared. But yeah.
Oh no, we got stories about that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I guess I just look at it. Console for me is the, like, I want to kick. Like, I got Dark Souls 3 on console.
Yeah.
Because I just, when I'm getting angry at the game, I just want to be on my couch and just like, you know, I don't want to be. It's just it's just different. So I think
it is different.
I don't know. It's just kind of, it doesn't feel right. Like, I just, like you said, like, consoles, they should just kind of stay the same.
Yeah, just go away. Like, Sony, you're doing great. Like, it's awesome because, you know, I love Sony and I've always been with Sony. I mean, I did have an Xbox 360 to play with my friends. That was only to play with my friends since everybody was on there. But, you know, it's awesome to see that, like, the roles switch between last generation and this generation in terms of, like, Xbox One was all about games. Or Xbox 360 was all about games. PS3 was like, okay, if you have a second system, you know, and then they switched it off, and PS4 was all about games, and it's really nice to see Sony finally doing well, like, what they deserve. And I, like, everyone, like, a lot of people, like, switched over from Xbox 360 to PS4 simply because it was all about games.
Yeah, like, and that's been my biggest complaint with Xbox, is that it feels like under the old leadership, they were way too focused on this whole, like, we want TV shows and, like,
always online
this. And I'm like, nah, I just want games.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Phil Spencer's, I mean, kudos to that guy. He's
turned
awesome.
it around.
He's awesome. He's like the face of Xbox now. But I like what Sony's doing, and, like, 40 million PS4s, like, that's nothing to be you know, that's something to be proud about. And, like, but then, like, I kind of get worried because, like, I don't want this to mess up because, you know, I remember before this generation, everyone said console gaming was dead. Like, everyone's like, oh, console gaming is dead. And no, it's here to stay. It's here alive. But I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm dead wrong about this, and this ends up being, like, the new thing. Because, I mean, this is, like, you know, thinking about it, this is the future. Like, yeah, like, in the future, I'm sure we're going to have, like, upgradable consoles somehow. Because if you look at PC, like, I feel like consoles are what's holding PC back. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
In terms of, like, graphic fidelity, you know? And I think that these consoles, Sony and Microsoft in particular, are kind of getting caught up in pushing the number in terms of, like, graphics and keeping up with PC. And PC is always changing, like, like that.
Months, a year at most, and everything's been refreshed and stuff. So
I don't know. I'm a no. I'm totally off on it, man. I don't know.
I'm the line between on and.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I like the idea, and I hope I'm dead wrong, and I hope it works. And I'm obviously the biggest hypocrite. I'm gonna get it day one. You know.
Yeah, that's why I hate myself. Because I'm like,
but
I don't like it. And I'm like, but I'll be in line.
But it's not because I want it. It's because I feel like I have to have it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure so many people feel that way. But then there's so many people who feel that way that can't do it because.
Oh yeah.
I mean, think about it. I know many people who just bought PS4 last week. You know what I mean? And, like, to know that there might be a PS4 later on this year, I think there will be, especially with VR coming. Yeah. It's got to be because of VR and stuff like that. But like I have a friend right now, and he's always been Xbox, but he does want to make the jump to PS4. And he always asks me, like, should I get a PS4 now? Is now the right time to buy? And I'm like, I'm a little bit, like, torn because I'm like, I know that this new console is coming, but at the same time, he doesn't have a lot of money. He's like, I just want to buy, like, a used PS4. Like, I don't care, but you know what I tell him? Like, look at it down the road from here, like 4 years from now. What's the original PS4 gonna, like, be able to put out? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
We already have so many problems.
Yeah, and especially
go away.
If the Neo is the one that becomes the dominant SKU, like, how are you gonna kind of handle that? Would they keep selling the? I keep thinking this is a PS4. Would they keep selling the original?
That's not a PS4. That's my old fat PS3.
You know, are they going to keep selling this original, what's currently on the market, or are they going to sell only Neo? And so then does that mean that the current owners now are going to be sort of this second-class citizen?
Yeah.
And it's just...
And I hate, and you know, like, I think it was Polygon, I think, that originally hit the story or whatever.
Yeah.
Was it Polygon? Yeah, and they were like, they just came out with the story this week, like, PS4 Neo will not have any special features. That is a load of crap, because you know what the special feature for every PS4 Neo game? It runs better.
Yeah.
It's got better graphics. That's a special
4K,
feature.
better graphics.
Exactly.
You know,
And
better
it's
draw
like,
distance. Yeah.
Oh, man, Sony better not. They need to watch out, though.
Listen, one of your biggest fans is
seriously,
against this.
Seriously, come on. But I don't know. We'll see. I hope I'm dead wrong, and I hope everyone will be okay with it. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know, gamers are kind of like, I feel like gamers are very like passionate about things, but they're also very wishy-washy and like they forget things very easily. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting because we've seen Microsoft change directions based on backlash. So I'd be curious, if you see if the sales. You know, some people are like, yeah, no, I'm not going to spend another $500.
Yeah, no. I mean, I always say this: vote with your wallet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Vote with. If you don't like a game or you're not happy with a company, don't support them. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I don't know. The only thing I forgot. I forgot. I'm already heated, but I don't know. I've been like skewing. Oh yeah, I read a story. The most recent story today is that now Sony is a little bit unsure about it now because sources say that a lot of developers are not happy about it.
It's just going to double. It's just more work they have to
do.
It
is more work. Like,
and with budgets already, like, you know, most games now are sort of blockbuster movies with tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. So I can see it. Yeah.
So we'll see. Let us know what you think about PS4.5 or Xbox 1.5. Should consoles be upgradable? Let us know in the comments below. Or you can email me at jonoffq@gmail.com. Let me know. All right. Topic number 3. And then this will be kind of a short topic because topic number 4 I'm so excited about for you. But topic number 3 is, are we still playing The Division?
Yes.
It's been a, month now? Almost
something
a month now?
like that, yeah.
Close to a month now. Are we still playing The Division, Max?
Yeah, it's actually...
Well, obviously, you guys are playing The Division. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, like, I put this question in because I knew you guys were still playing The Division, and then I obviously feel a way about it.
Falling off the bandwagon.
I have.
You're back on the
it's so
Destiny
funny.
train, right?
God, I have to be. It's so funny because like, you know, I was reading stories this week because like there's so many problems with it, and like I guess people weren't happy. Like I know you're happy, you love it, and like, but I think the overall majority were not happy with what's it called, Falcon Lost and Incursions, because it wasn't kind of, I guess everyone was kind of expecting more of like a Vault of Glass-esque raid, or, you know, and I think people weren't very happy. And then you saw like exploiters and glitching and bugs, and people's accounts were getting deleted, and people were just kind of done with it. And really only the hardcore stuck with it. So I don't know. I'm not playing Division only because even before Incursions, I kind of saw the game as a little bit boring in terms of like when I'm playing, I just feel like I'm just shooting at bullet sponges half the time, and you know, it just gets a little repetitive. And I know like Destiny is like not the game to look at. It is repetitive, but what I'm trying to say is like the carrot wasn't there for me. Where Destiny's like all the carrots were there, and I was just trying to chase them all. And I feel like the carrot was there, but it wasn't worth it for me. And there was even a moment, I remember playing Division like 2 weeks ago. I was playing it and I was like falling asleep because I was just like, okay, let me save these hostages, pick up these cases, put them in. And I did not get to the end game, and I'm sure it probably does get better getting to the end game. And I spent a little bit of time in the dark zone, but it just, the dark zone, for me, it felt like there was no, I guess, reward system for going rogue. Like, you were heavily penalized for going rogue. And I think they fixed that a little bit better. But I don't know. It just, you know, what do you have to say?
There have been some issues.
I mean, I think sorry to cut you off, but I think I want to beat the game, the story. I think I told you this.
Yeah.
I want to beat the story to see what happens, like, to New York or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason I want to go back. I don't know. Sell me on why I should come back to Division.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little hard.
Sure,
There have been some issues. There's been a number of kind of exploits. Thankfully, thankfully most of them have just been
Bullet
PvE.
King.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. It's just sort of like
Yeah,
they're glitching through, making stuff too easy.
Yeah, and like I think you can glitch where you can shoot the truck or the whatever outside the.
So that they fixed.
Okay,
so they've been
okay.
fixing. I think a lot of it comes.
It's been
down
rough.
to
It's been
is-
rough from like I follow Kotaku and like all those articles that
they've
come out. I'm
posted a
like,
lot on it,
oh yeah.
I think it's a lot of it comes down. It's probably the same issues that Bungie had initially.
Oh,
that they're
for
not,
sure.
This isn't their.
It's almost like they didn't learn from Destiny or 1. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they did and they didn't. You know, but I don't know.
Because you look at like Blizzard or like NCSoft or like these MMO, like they've been doing this for literally a decade or so.
That is
So they're-
true.
They just,
Yeah.
it's in their DNA.
I've never thought of like, this is the second like shooter MMO. You know what I mean? On like legit shooter MMO on console.
Yeah.
Like, it's still an early genre for the console space. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of the issue is. Just they're just new to this, and so I think they're kind of working their way through it. So a lot of the exploits are just. I think it's just they're not. They're just not testing it enough, and so people are like, "Hey, we need a PTR, a public test realm, to sort of go through and look at everything." And then I think the content issues, like the incursions, I think there was a lot of like.
Did you like it?
So I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
We're geared up. We've been doing the missions. I think we want to.
People were like, exploiting like there was like somebody with like 1 million in DPS or whatever.
Yeah, so that's the bad one. So we actually ran into
crazy,
that glitch.
dude.
So it's just one of those things where like a talent in like a certain order, like you can do stuff and like you just increase your
and
DPS.
people and then like people were getting mad because like the people who did it like legit like weren't getting like as strong weapons as you know.
And if you're in the dark
so
zone,
you guys ran into a guy.
We're pretty sure we ran into a guy. We're running around the dark zone, and my buddy goes around the corner, and like a single shot just killed him outright.
Killed him or down?
It was just like
no way.
Oh, I think he was down.
Okay,
He got dropped again, and it was but it was like from an AK, which should not be a one-hit kill.
Sure.
And it was the same thing to me. And we're like, what? Like, how geared is he? And then, like, the next day we're reading about this glitch that you can...
Oh, my God.
So we think he might have done it or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
no, definitely.
So that's the bad one. But
how's the PC space look? Because you guys play on PC.
Yeah, we do.
Is it... Because I know PC is more... Like, well, that's just with PC. Like, PC is more, I guess, susceptible to hacking. Has there any been, like, glitchers or hackers?
We haven't run into anything. I mean, I think they've been pretty proactive.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. At a beginning like that, they better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think we haven't run into anything.
So you guys haven't done incursions yet, but from what you're playing right now, you're still with it. You guys are still
I
with
mean,
it.
they brought in the daily missions, weekly missions, kind of stuff to give you structure in the game.
Is the carrot there though? Like, is the carrot like there for you to like want to keep playing? Like,
yeah,
forever?
I mean, I think for us, because we're going through slower than a lot of like the power gamers who are just like, you know, they hit basically the gear score cap like really quickly because they're just grinding out the dark zone. Like we're kind of
Are you level 99 in Dark Zone yet? What level are you in the Dark Zone?
Well, so let's see, level 37.
Okay.
So they did some like rebalancing and like they changed.
I went back to level 1. Why?
Why
did I go? I was like level 6, and then I signed on the other day, and I was like, oh, level 1 Dark Zone. What happened? Maybe because of 1.1.
Yeah, they might have done it because I know our levels didn't get reset, but I don't know if they did.
I wonder if you were like less than 10 or whatever.
Because under 30, like there's basically no penalty for dying or whatever. It's so small. It's above 30 is when like the massive penalties come in. Like if you die, like it's like 3/4 of a level and stuff like that. So that's kind of the break. So if you're under 30, like people are just like there's just no, like you can get it back in like 2 minutes or whatever. And so in this, it's like if we go rogue, well, like we'll go rogue every once in a while, and it's like you got to be like, are we doing it? Like, because if we do, we're losing like a level or two.
Yeah.
If we get hunted down. So.
Are you like always? Do you find yourselves just like playing? Well, I know you guys play for fun. It's a fun game playing with other people, but I mean, do you guys find yourself like just kind of is Division or not? Is Division to you more of like, oh, I want this weapon, or is it more of getting your that number up enough, either your gear score or your DPS?
It's definitely the kind of chasing the number. I mean, there's certain guns that I
think that's why like Destiny better is because like this gun is it's an actual
it's that piece of armor. Or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
In this, because everyone's kind of the theme is a little more. Everyone's got their like military super serious and stuff.
Sure.
I mean, they do have the sets now, which are actually really.
Have you seen the video where the guy is like he's pretending he's like an actual military person?
No, but I've wanted to watch it.
It's so funny. He's like, Tango, Charlie, you there? Tango down. Like, it's so funny. It's
I wanted to see it, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But so you like it? You guys are with it still?
Yeah, I mean, granted they haven't like when the first paid piece comes out, which I think that's when the I think like the story will continue. So incursions were free, and then I think there's gonna be another like. Can't remember what it's called, but it's
like a major
like
DLC kind of
like an expansion.
It's almost like Taken King kind of thing.
Yeah, it'll be along those same lines. We haven't.
Cool.
I don't know when that is. I think it's gonna be over the summer.
Okay.
That's probably the decision point. Like, are we gonna pay the $20 or whatever to get it? Like, yeah, maybe not. Like, maybe the vanilla game was good, and but we'll see.
Yeah.
But so far, worth the money.
There's so many. And for me, like, there's only so many times. There's only so much time I have. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, there's only so much games I have to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like Destiny, coming back to Destiny, it's so funny today. Today I actually went on the subreddit of Destiny, and I was like, because last night I noticed like all my friends who were playing Division, came back, and I went to the subreddit in Destiny. I made a post and I actually got like upvoted a good amount of times, and I got like a lot of comments on it. I was like, yes. But I was like, when you see your PSN friends come back to Destiny from Division, and I was like, welcome back, and I had the Picard picture where he's like that, and people, it was so funny. It's like this. People were like, yes, exactly how I feel, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fine. I got so many games to play. Overwatch is coming out. Are you guys gonna get Overwatch? I can't wait to get that game.
Yeah, we'll have to see it. I didn't get in the. Actually, it's horrible. So the people are trying to get the beta keys like they are
crazy.
Gold.
Yeah.
John's had one the whole time.
Oh
didn't
my
even
gosh.
Didn't even know. Didn't care. And I was like,
see, I don't need to see. It looks so good. Like, it looks so good.
Yeah. Is it free to play, or is it gonna be?
I want to say it's one time buy, like $60, and then you're good to go. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how it is. It might be because there's Battleborn, there's Overwatch, there's Paragon. There's so many of these like free to play games. Like I think like I don't know.
Yeah. Depends. And I know, so there's another one, Lawbreakers. That's the one from Cliff Bleszinski. So this is his first, like, post.
I'm excited for that one.
Game.
Yeah.
So it actually went from free to play to full price.
Yeah. I was listening to, one of the podcasts I listened to had him on, and he was talking about it, and he was like, he just felt like it was kind of hindering them, like, microtransactions, because it was free to play, and a lot of
characters away.
Yeah, and he was just like, it just for freedom of like development, it was just like it's just better to go with just one-time price, and you kind of get it.
Yeah, and I think we kind of talked about it a little bit on our podcast, because I was like thinking about if I've actually ever invested in any free to play games, and outside of a couple Heroes of the Storm characters, like it actually kind of pushes me away. It's just because of that, like there's so many things that are like exclusive, and like I don't want to. I would rather pay $60 for everything than nothing. And like 5 characters that rotate through. So
cool. Division still good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, topic number 4 is this is a new segment I'm introducing this week. Topic number 4 will always be, from this point on, hot fire questions. Okay, so it'll be really quick questions. All right. This comes from some users. I actually asked the internet, and I got some cool people that I know. Tom Hoppus said, hey guys, what do you think the probability of 2K announcing BioShock 3 for later this year, and in the meantime dropping a BioShock collection for current gen consoles as a you can play today kind of thing?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know if you're a big BioShock fan. I don't know.
I played the first one, some of 2. Didn't touch Infinite though, unfortunately.
Okay.
Just one of those ones that passed by.
But
I mean, everyone the next gen remakes all the rage. It seems like it's easy money for everyone, so I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about a BioShock 3.
It wouldn't come from a Ken Levine. It would probably come from 2K.
I think the studio that made Infinite actually closed down or something.
They got rid of it was Irrational Games.
So I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. We haven't heard any rumors or anything, but wouldn't be surprised if there's no more in that.
I don't think there's no BioShock 3 coming out this year. Hey guys, a bit of bite asked, hey guys, I'm asking a question on a Friday, blah blah blah. I thought I'd ask you if you guys had any great drunken video game stories or drinking meta games. Personally, my friends and I play Mario Kart DUI. You have to drink a beer and win the race, but you can't drink and drive at the same time. Pouring out for you guys. What do you think? Or have you had any drunken like video game stories or meta games or anything like that?
No. So I don't drink. So unfortunately, I'm not in any of those. But,
yeah, no.
In college, we actually we had a bucket list for senior year bucket list.
Okay.
One of our ideas was to play for video games for 24 hours straight.
Holy hell!
And we did it.
Yeah, I've done that.
So one of
twice.
my roommates he drank a beer every hour while playing. So he had a case of 24 and went through. Yeah.
Was he getting sleepy at one point, or?
It was actually he couldn't digest it fast enough at a certain point.
So he's probably getting tipsy.
The best one though is it was the night there's a Red Dead Redemption had
did you hear the rumor of Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah, I'm excited. I love that game. They had a DLC that was like a Halloween themed, and so like it was 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and we ended up throwing like an impromptu party like based off of it, and we called it like Zombie Fest, and so
nice.
We had drinks and all that kind of
awesome.
stuff, but we were all over 21. Thank you very much.
Very cool.
Oh
yeah, definitely. Yep. Don't drink unless you're over 21.
Yes.
This is from me. John Off says, "Hey guys, do you like playing longer games or shorter games nowadays?"
Oh man.
For me, technically, I like playing shorter games now. I don't have much time. I'm so busy. Like, yes, I love my long games every once in a while, and Destiny has kind of been that game for me. But I think I like quality over quantity nowadays. You know what I mean? And and we live in an era where $60 is like you have like developers are trying to cram everything to be worth your money, and like. You know, for me, it's like if I can get just a good quality story out of a game, I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think lately I've been skewing kind of shorter just because I realized like for the past year, every game I've been playing has been like open world.
Oh gosh.
Because it was like Fallout 4, Just Cause 3, The Witcher 3, like all these games, and I was like, man, I just want like, I want to just shoot stuff in a corridor. Like, I want something simple. So. Yeah. I think, it's a mix. I think it just kind of depends on. I usually swing the other way from what I've been playing lately.
Sure.
So right now it's shorter, but like you said, I every once in a while I do love when the next Elder Scrolls is like, I'll be putting 100 hours into that.
Oh yeah, so. Definitely. Last one from me. John Ross says, "What are some of your favorite memories skipping work or school to game?"
Let's see. I remember Halo 3.
Oh, yeah. Gears of War for me. I don't know if I told you this story, but when I was 16 years old, my dad was like, all right, you can skip school today, and I'm taking you to the store. Get any game you want for your birthday. The very first Gears of War came out that day.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I got it, and I beat it in like one sitting. It was crazy.
It was skipping classes for Halo 3. We actually did like the whole midnight release and all that kind of stuff.
I miss midnight releases so much.
Yeah, I can't stay up to midnight.
Oh no, I can't either. But I mean, I just remember being like high school and college and just like getting in line at GameStop and like everyone's really excited. There's a plane or a helicopter. Anyway, everyone was like really excited and like it was a really cool like thing.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's gone.
It's funny now.
Digital.
Well, and now at work, I'll just be like, because I shouldn't say never. I rarely take just vacation days outside of like an actual one.
Sure.
And so like I always take Wednesdays off because I order everything on Amazon, so it comes that evening. Then I take a Wednesday off every once in a while. Fallout 4 was one.
You did midnight release for that one, or you just did digital?
No, I did digital because I downloaded off Steam, but I didn't play hooky too many times. It's kind of
Fallout 4 good or bad for you? Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Wasn't what I wanted. I mean, it was just more of Fallout 3 for me, and like that's. I don't know what I wanted out of a new Fallout. I just expected, I guess, more. You know what I mean? And then the more ended up being, like, you can create your own settlements, and like now that's not what I want to do. Yeah. I mean, come on.
I did it a few times, and I was like, this is kind of
no. It's not what I want. And the graphics weren't that great in my opinion. Like
PC.
It was PC, nice. I play on console, so it was like it looks like a PS4.
That was actually because I made the decision like that. It was like Saturday night. I was like, I gotta cancel it and switch over. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And so I switched it over to PC.
Very cool. All right, last question of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Generally on Raj. I think it's Raj. Raj says, "Hey guys, what kind of gaming anxieties do you have? For me, I play Street Fighter 5, Hearthstone, and Duelist at a competitive level, and that consumes so much of my time. If my brain convinces me that I don't have the time or skill to become above average at a game, I won't play it. So I've missed a lot of great games in the past that you guys have that have come out. Thanks for, yeah. Anyway, what kind of gaming anxiety? Do you have any gaming anxieties? Like things that you're worried about when it comes to games? I feel like for me, I have a lot of regret in terms of I feel like I just wasted all this time. You know what I mean? When I could have been reading a book or spending time with my wife and kid, or just doing other things like playing sports, going to the gym. I feel like has been gaming has taken gym time away from me. Sadly and kind of, but for me it's I'm starting to come to this point of is this worth my time right now? You know what I mean? And usually it is worth my time, but there's other times where I'm I probably could have been doing something a little bit more, something different, Yeah. So
I think it's not necessarily the games themselves. I think it's with the content production. There are some there are weeks where you just every night you get home from the gym, you're eating dinner, editing videos and stuff. So that's probably the one. Mine is my actual gaming anxiety. I usually won't get a game if I think there are spiders in it. I have really bad arachnophobia.
Oh, really? Wow.
So
okay.
There were actually there's two games. There's it was a Dragon Age Inquisition. The first time, because the spider literally dropped, I screamed.
And you were done?
I kept playing, but I started to get better about it.
Okay.
But it was Skyrim. Had these big old just huge tarantula looking things, and I was actually fighting. I was it's just swinging at it, totally just not even hearing. Luckily, there's somebody. I didn't have the PC version, but there's a PC mod that changed all the spiders into mud crabs.
No way, really?
Bears.
That's so funny. I wonder if it's made for arachn.
I actually wrote a letter to Bethesda.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I love the games, but I'm this, and it was very tongue in cheek. But I'm I just wish there weren't spiders. Just give us a break here.
One of my other biggest gaming anxiety is if you kind of remind me with Dragon Age Inquisition is just these games that are just 100 hours long. Let's take The Witcher 3 for example. I wanted to play that game so bad. I understood why it was important. It won so many Game of the Year awards, but I'm just when I hear people talk about that game, they get lost in that game. That's the only game they play, and I spent 80 hours. I'm just no, I don't want to do that. That's not what I game. That's not why I game personally,
Oh, that's actually why I had to put The Witcher down, because I was playing through.
There's just so much in it, right?
I was wow, this is a big map. And then I zoomed out one more level, and there's 4 more locations that were bigger. And I was
the size of that one map you saw?
Yeah, and I was just I was I'm what?
Yeah.
And there's just all these, and it's not even there's 5 quests, and it's just this big, it's just jammed, and I'm just I'm literally never gonna beat this game.
Oh my gosh!
So I haven't touched it since I had this moment. I want to go back.
I think one day I'll go back, because it won so many awards. It's got to be really good,
and that's the thing is I loved when I was playing it, but it was just sort of when you just see how much it was just there is a certain point where almost kind of GTA where you're I don't need all of it.
Just tell me the story and maybe a couple side quests and let's just go, and it's help this woman and But I gotta say, Witcher 3, from what I hear, is good about side quests actually feeling like side quests and not like chores. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're all very unique, and you see repercussions and stuff like that. So
cool. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Max.
Yeah,
thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you like anything on Genre Off, please go to youtube.com/genre off. Like, comment, and subscribe for the video. If you want some audio, hit me up on iTunes at Genre Off. You can follow me personally at JohnPrez.A on Twitter and at Maxwell Bennett.
Yep.
And of course, follow Max's guys at Black Arrow Prods on Twitter and YouTube, I think. Black Arrow Productions on YouTube.
Yeah. You'll find it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Till next time. Bye.